it's Karen, and I'm back with my second design team project for the month of May for AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy. And you will find links to the Etsy shop and to all the designers who are creating beautiful projects from the goodies they get from the store, and all in the description box below. So please go over and check out the shop and get some of these goodies for yourself, and also check out the designers who I'm sure will inspire you. Second project for May, I made a little pouch, and this pouch was actually inspired by Kim, the owner of the shop. She sent me a pouch full of my goodies a couple of months ago now, I think it was, and I thought, what a great idea. And I had this piece of fabric in my scraps that I had from a thrift find, and I designed it into a pouch, and then I made it absolutely beautiful with all these gorgeous laces and trims from Kim's shop. And this is also one of the flowers from her shop that I added little pieces of the lace into, these little loopy bits. I added those in order to kind of tie in more with the design. And she has flowers like this available in her shop, and they're really easy to alter, like I did, just tucking in little loops of the lace and altered the flower a little bit. But I had the base to start out with. It had this gorgeous button on it and the little pearls on the wedding applique pieces that were in it, so it was great, and it really helped me finish off the project really nicely. This little pouch is 8 by 7, and it is like I said, it is a fabric scrap that I had in my stash, and then lined the inside with a runner that was also part of a thrift store find. And then after I sewed that all together and turned it right side out, then I started embellishing it. So this is the beautiful lace that Kim gave me in my design team package. This is it, and it's so pretty. And I actually hand stitched this all on, and I added all these pretty little seed beads all along in here as I did the stitching to add it on to the pouch. And then afterwards I embellished it further with these flat back pearls from my stash that I glued on. So those are glued on. And then the flower, I attached it on with some stitches, and then also a little bit of glue here and there to hold it nice and secure. As I mentioned, I added these little loops that you'll recognize from the lace, and then I added a tassel underneath it. So the tassel's made up of a couple of pieces of the lace. There's one of the dangle pieces here, and I added some flat back pearls onto it. And then I added this piece that is originally from Kim's shop. It's just a little scrap piece I had left, and I think it makes such a pretty dangle, so I added that in. And then there's a tiny little piece at the back from another one of her beautiful dangle trims. Might even still be in the shop, had this beautiful dangle on it, and so that's in there as well to create this dangle piece that hangs down from this beautiful flower. And then in the inside here, the way that I sewed the bag, I almost made it like an envelope, and so there's seams underneath here. So I used the beautiful sort of tea-dyed colored braid that was in my design team package. I did that there, and then of course added the same lace that was on the front there. I added that to the front and the back of the bag, and it is stitched on with little seed beads in between here. And then I also added some flat back pearls. I look at it and decide where to put the flat back pearls. So on up here, I added the flat back pearls sort of at the top of these two sprays in the dangles, and they sort of, the eye follows along the edge of the bag. And then on the bottom, I wanted them to look different. I could have put them again at the top all the way along, but I decided I wanted it to look a bit different, so I put them on the edge of this one spray as it comes down. I just put one on each of those across, and it just moves your eye to a different spot on the lace rather than always being in the same spot. Just a little tip that I think is something that looks nice. Then on the back, again, it's a piece of that lace, and of course the dangle out the bottom. And I added flat back pearls into this part of the lace this time, these circles. Added some little rolled roses into the center of the circles here, all the way along. These are from my stash, just because at the last minute I decided I wanted something there, and I had those. Kim does have rolled roses in her shop, so you can get some there. And then I created a flower of my own using a couple of doilies. There's 1, 2, 3 doilies in there, and then actually there might even be, oh no, there's 3 doilies, and then this is beautiful bling that I had in my design team package. And then again, you probably should recognize these are part of the design of the lace, and I cut them off and I individually place them underneath this doily so they're like that part of it kind of loops both ways, and added that in to create the flower. And then I put a flat back pearl in the center of each of those. Oh, and there's one missing. When I'm creating, I often will lay all the pearls in place and then glue them. And obviously I hadn't glued that one, and so then when I lifted it up, it has fallen out somewhere. There we go. And this doily, the final flower was sewn onto the bag, and then a couple of spots added some glue, but otherwise it does have some movement around the edge. Most of the bag was sewn actually until I got to the flat back pearls, because you have to add a bit of glue to put those on. And then just in the inside here, you can see the back of that runner. It looks really pretty. It's fully lined with that all the way in the inside. It's quite stable. And then I added the beautiful fan trim along the opening here, and again added a little flat back pearl in the center of those. So there she is. I think she turned out really pretty. I'm really pleased with how all of Kim's laces and trims came together on this fabric that I had in my stash. And the braid trim looks really pretty too. And the braid trim sticking out here, I just love it because it makes you want to explore. Oh, what is that? Where does that go? And it leads you inside the bag. And I think that's really pretty. And I love this dangle and all its bits, moving parts. And Kim's flowers are really beautiful. If you're not used to making your own flowers or want to have some ideas, it's you get a package of 4. And you then can, change them a little bit and embellish them a little bit differently, or use them as is, but they're great to have in your stash too. I hope you will go over to AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy and shop for some of these products and check out the designers and be inspired with the beautiful things they are creating. And join us next month for our anniversary hop and sale. And take care. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.